Welcome to our strategic analysis of modern business challenges. In today's rapidly evolving landscape, companies face unprecedented pressures. We're talking about relentless disruption, fierce competition, and the constant need to adapt faster and smarter than ever before. Today, we'll explore 10 critical business problems that standard systems can't solve effectively, and why Knowledgeware is essential for long-term growth and resilience. Let's dive in. We all know the feeling. The world is changing faster than ever. New competitors emerge overnight, markets shift, and global events send shockwaves through every industry. Executives are making decisions in volatile environments where market trends, talent needs, regulatory shifts, and geopolitical risks converge faster than their systems can track. Traditional ERP and BI tools, they're great at telling you what happened yesterday. But they're built to look in the rearview mirror, not through the windshield. They lack foresight, modeling, or multi-scenario simulations. You need to see what's coming, not just what's been. That's where Knowledgeware comes in. Imagine a system that doesn't just report on the past, but helps you anticipate the future. Knowledgeware, like eCxO, integrates real-time strategy maps, scenario forecasts, and risk overlays, allowing leaders to see around corners, not just behind them. It's about making decisions with confidence, not guesswork. Let's talk about a silent killer of growth: internal fragmentation. Business units, HR, and IT often operate on different views of what capability means, resulting in duplicated efforts, missed investments, and organizational drag. There's no shared capability framework. Tools focus on roles or functions, not business capabilities. Imagine a football team where the offense and defense have different playbooks, different goals. That's what happens when your capabilities are fragmented. Knowledgeware helps you build a unified team. It provides a cross-functional capability map that links skills, applications, projects, and strategy, enabling unified planning and investment. It's about aligning everyone around a common language of success. The old rules of work are gone. The gig economy, automation, hybrid structures, they've rewritten the playbook on talent. Yet many companies are still relying on job descriptions and staffing models that are about as relevant as a rotary phone. They rely on rigid org charts and predefined structures. They can't simulate workforce scenarios or emerging work archetypes. The future of work isn't about fitting people into boxes, it's about building a dynamic, adaptable workforce. Knowledgeware dynamically models task flows, skill clusters, and future state workforce configurations, turning HR into a strategic navigator. It's about anticipating skills gaps before they cripple your growth and building a workforce that's ready for anything. In today's environment, standing still is not an option, but saying yes to every new initiative, digital transformation, ESG, AI, can lead to a different kind of stagnation, innovation fatigue. They don't model organizational absorptive capacity or align initiatives with workforce readiness. You end up with overwhelmed resources, confused employees, and a graveyard of half-finished projects. Knowledgeware helps you cut through the noise and focus on what matters. It uses readiness indices and heat maps to prioritize and sequence change by business unit, reducing failure rates and burnout. It's not about doing more, it's about doing the right things at the right time. We've all seen it. The strategic plan that looks great on paper but never translates into real-world results. Initiatives are launched without alignment to the actual capability or capacity of the organization. They manage projects and budgets, but not the strategic intent behind them. It's like having a map to a treasure island, but no ship to get you there. Knowledgeware turns your strategy into a GPS. It maps strategic objectives to people, projects, platforms, and performance, tracking execution against intent in real time. It's about making sure your actions align with your goals every step of the way. The threats are real and they're evolving: cyber attacks, climate change, reputational damage. But most organizations approach risk management like a game of checkers when the world is playing chess. Risk modules are generic or audit-driven, not integrated with daily operations or transformation activities. You can't predict everything, but you can be prepared. Knowledgeware links risk exposure directly to capability maps. investment portfolios, and workforce plans, creating a living risk ecosystem. It's about anticipating threats, assessing vulnerabilities, and building a resilient organization that can weather any storm. As baby boomers retire and Gen Z enters the workforce with different expectations, the war for talent is more intense than ever. With baby boomers retiring and Gen Z demanding purpose, leadership pipelines are fragile and poorly understood. But are you just filling positions, or are you developing future leaders? They track tenure and performance but lack predictive succession readiness or scenario triggers. Knowledgeware helps you build a leadership bench that's ready to win. It simulates future leadership gaps by role, geography, and strategic priority, enabling preemptive succession and targeted development. It's about identifying and nurturing the leaders of tomorrow today. In the rush to embrace digital transformation, many organizations have accumulated a Frankensteinian collection of apps, platforms, and software solutions. They track licenses and uptime, not business alignment or capability contribution. But are these tools actually making your business better, or are they just adding complexity and cost? Knowledgeware helps you cut through the clutter and get a grip on your technology investments. It offers application portfolio intelligence, evaluating systems based on strategic impact, usage, and future capability fit. It's about making sure your technology spend aligns with your business strategy. ESG is no longer a nice-to-have, it's a business imperative, but translating lofty sustainability goals into concrete actions can feel like an impossible task. They can collect ESG data, but they can't model the workforce, procurement, or operational shifts required. It's not enough to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. Knowledgeware aligns ESG targets to capability gaps, learning pathways, and operational transformation plans, making sustainability executable. It's about turning your ESG commitments into a roadmap for action, not just a PR exercise. Every organization has its own unique tribal knowledge, the invaluable insights, lessons learned, and best practices that live in the minds of your people. As employees leave, retire, or move roles, the how and why of critical decisions disappear, creating a knowledge vacuum. But what happens when that knowledge walks out the door? They store documents, not institutional reasoning, intent, or transformation logic. Knowledgeware helps you capture and preserve this intellectual capital. It codifies decisions, rationale, and impact, creating a living knowledge graph that connects leadership memory to future planning. It's about ensuring that your organization's collective wisdom endures, even as your people move on. We've covered a lot of ground today, but one thing is clear. The next 5 years will be shaped by AI augmentation, industry convergence, sustainability mandates, borderless talent markets, and constant transformation. To thrive in this environment, you need more than just data, you need insight. You need to understand the why behind the what. Businesses that thrive won't just adapt faster, they'll understand earlier. ERPs and BI tools are essential, but they are not enough. That's the power of Knowledgeware. It's not just another piece of software, it's a fundamental shift in how you think about, manage, and leverage your organization's most valuable asset, knowledge. To grow, transform, and compete in a future defined by uncertainty, organizations must embrace Knowledgeware as their enterprise's strategic brain. The future of business belongs to those who turn knowledge into motion.